Magic the Gathering players, this is Andy Techordo, and I'm going to be doing another spoiler review of Ixalan. I did my previous video was talking about the Icanic Masters, so today we're also going to talk about the Ixalan and I guess it would be September 8th. And yeah, it was September 8th, and I don't know why they don't have September 8th, it's just because of the Ixalan. Or is that at the very top? Hold on. Yeah, it's at the very top, so haha, I knew that. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and get right into it. So, first off, we got Lurking Chumbacabra. It's a 4-mana, 2/3 beast. Whenever a creature you control explores, target creature an opponent controls gets -2/-2. So, it's an okay card. It's definitely built for an explore deck, nonetheless. Next one is we got Frasca. 6 mana for 6 loyalty. +2, create a 2/2 black pirate creature token with menace. Then you -3 to destroy target artifact, creature, or enchantment. And then you create a treasure artifact token. That is cool. And then you get an ability that's similar to Sorin. It's ultimate, -10. Target player life total becomes 1. 1. Whoa, that's going to be insane. I'm going to tell you, though, someone in Modern is going to probably make a doubling season deck with Frasca just to get them down to 1, and then ping them with one of the, like, black burn type spells. So, yeah, this one's kind of a cool card. Has a really good ultimate, especially taking the player down to 1 life. Oh, that's insane. And then that means it stops all their fetches cracking for at least Modern. Standard, I don't know what that'll be, but Standard, it'll be good in Standard. Commander's going to love it. A lot of people are going to hate playing against this because it takes someone down to 1 life. That's their ultimate. Woo! Then Merfolk Branchwalker, 2 mana, 2/1. Enters battlefield and explore. It's an okay. We're getting to the point we're going to have a mono green Merfolk deck. It's going to be really interesting to see a mono green Merfolk deck and a mono white vampire deck. We don't see that. That's the funny thing. We don't see it. But what's funny is the vampires for a mono white vampire deck. Vampires do have access to an equipment in Modern. And so we may actually see a white or a black-white vampire deck come out of it, and that equipment may or may not be viable. Probably isn't, because it's 1 to play, 1 to equip, and then whenever vampire kills something, I think it was what it is. I don't have the card right up, so. But, you know, it gets bigger with +1/+1 counters. But for the most part, yes. Merfolk's going to green, and of course, then again, Merfolk can walk on land if there's, you know, certain conditions met. Like if you watch like Pirates of the Caribbean at Stranger Tides or something like that, on Stranger Tides or whatever, the mermaid or merfolk character was able to walk on land because of they were trying to walk through the land and her legs decided to come out. There's also been movies that have depicted mermaids walking, so Magic's doing it too. I don't know if I like that or not, but it's Merfolk, and I'm meh on Merfolks. Bishop of the Bloodstrained, 5 mana for 3/3. Enters the battlefield. Target opponent loses 1 life for each vampire you control. Whoa, that's insane. This is kind of like sort of a combination of Grey Merchant of Asphodel and Gem Palm Polluter for the zombies, but it doesn't drain and give you life back. It would be better if it did that. It would also be, but yeah, it's just a draining effect, so vampire decks are going to love that card nonetheless, especially if you do a lot of cheap vampires playing 2-drops, 1-drops, 3-drops, and then by turn 5 you play this and drain them for like 5-6 life. That's really good. I don't know how good it is in Modern, but we'll find out. So, search for Kanta. I think you want to try to say Azteca or Atlantica or some whatever it's called. But I know there's you know, you got Curse of Black Pearl, Pirates of Caribbean, and they have the Aztec Gold. So I'm thinking they're kind of, yeah, trying to do that. So 2-mana enchantment at the beginning of your upkeep. Look at top card of your library. You may put that into your graveyard. If you have 7 more graveyard or cards in your graveyard, you may transform it. So Threshold, basically, all you need to do is hit Threshold and you transform it. And then you can tap for blue, obviously, and then you look at the top 4 cards of your library for 2 and a blue. You may reveal a non-creature, non-land card from among them, put them in your hand, and put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. So now we got the blue version of the opposite of dress, in a sense, where instead of discarding your card advantage gaining, so you look at the top 4, you can get a non-creature, non-land card and put it into your hand. So that's really good. For mana purposes, that's a really good land. Ryle, 1 red, deals 1 damage to target creature you control. That creature gains trample until end of your turn, and then draw a card. So it's just a way to, I don't know. This is kind of interesting. It makes sense because, you kind of shock the creature to get them to work. Like, people do that with, like, cow prodding. But, I don't know. It's an okay trick. Weird trick for sure. You don't want to... Like, I will say you can give your Stuffy Doll trample. Not that it'll do anything, and you can still deal 1 damage to them. That's how you do it. That's how you use Ryle. Rile up a Stuffy Doll. It's kind of funny if you think about it. But it's interesting. Just make sure they don't have Death Pits of Wrath out. Or your creature's indestructible when you use this. Or really big butt. But like Death Pits of Wrath, basically if any creature's damaged, they're destroyed. So you would just kill your creature just to draw a card. Such a sad trade-off. So this card probably won't ever see play. Maybe in limited. Limited is probably the only place you'll probably see a 1 or 2 of. Rampaging Ferocidon, 3 mana for a 3/3. Menace, players can't gain life, and then when another creature enters the battlefield, deals 1 damage to that creature's controller. So it's kind of an interesting red burn type control. Like, red has their way of controlling, white has their way of controlling, blue obviously has their way of controlling, green really doesn't. They just trample in a lot of times. And black is their way too. But black does have some way of controlling too. So this one is really interesting. You prevent life gain on 3 mana, 3/3 body, and whenever another creature enters the battlefield, this will deal damage to it. Actually, it's really good. I will say it's really good. Dinosaur Stampede, 3 mana, attacking creatures get +2/+0, and then dinosaurs gain trample. It's just one of those combat tricks. A pretty good one though, especially for dinosaurs. Anything else, probably not. So this one, I have yet to read it. Conqueror of Battle. I saw this card and I was like, I'll look at it later. So when Conqueror of Battle enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a card named Conqueror of Battle. Reveal it and put it in your hand and shuffle your library. So it's kind of like Squadron Hawk, except a worse version of Squadron Hawk. So library for a card. It's a card, not multiple. It's like Howling Wolf does the same thing, and then Screaming Seahawk does the same thing. I like how there's 2 birds, 1 wolf, and then this one. So it's a meh common. So, and then the last one for September 7th, we have. There's quite a few of these cards been released, I think, from with images on MTGO or something, but they just look weird. 3 mana for 2/2. You raid whenever attacks. Draw a card, basically. It's okay. 3 mana for Lookout's Dispersal. It costs 1 less to cast for each pirate if you control a pirate. So it makes it a 2 mana. So you turn 1, play a pirate, then turn 2 you can counter something unless they pay 4. So you could possibly get a better version of Menelik. That is really good, actually. If you're running a pirate deck, especially in Modern, this is a card to have in the deck for controlling. If you're going to use counters, obviously. Skittering Heartstopper, 1 black for 1/2, gains Death Touch until end of turn. It's nothing special. This Thundering Spineback doesn't have a mana cost, but it's a 5/5. Other dinosaurs you control get +1/+1. And then you pay, I think, 3 and a green to create a 3/3 dinosaur. So it's okay. I'm thinking that's going to be a 5 mana or 6 mana. So it's going to be the Dinosaur Lord. Commander is definitely where this is going to go. Obviously, it's not 0 costing. That'd be deadly insane. Turn 1, have 4 of these 5/5s out, which become 8/8s. So, then 2 mana, we got our dinosaur version of Dragon Lord's Servant. Dinosaurs cost 1 less, and then you tap this to give a dinosaur haste. Then you got the 4 mana 3/4 Reacher. It's kind of like the Tree Folk and Lorwyn. They have very similar, just a vanilla reach creature. So chart a course, 2 mana, draw 2 cards, then discard a card unless you attacked with a creature this turn. So this is really good as long as you attack with a creature. So play Ornithopter, attack with it, then you draw 2 cards and I have to discard. Then you have a Fell Flagship, 3 mana, 3/3. Pirates get +1/+0. And then whenever it deals combat damage to a player, that player discards a card. So it's like a one of those specters that drains cards from your opponent's hands. So I like how I use the word drain. So here's another unique land, Cradle of the Sun. This one's really good. Growing Rights of Ixalan, whatever. When there's a battlefield, you may look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card from among them, put it in your hand, then put the rest of the bottom of your library in any order. Beginning of the end step, if you control 4 more creatures, you can flip this. Essentially be flip, it's transform. Pay a green to you add a green, or you add a green to your mana pool for each creature you control. So here's a more newer version of Gaia's Cradle that is probably more friendly to play with. So yeah, really good though. Then you got Commune with the Dinosaurs. Look at the top 5 cards of your library, reveal a dinosaur or a land, and then put it in your hand the rest of the bottom of your library in any order. We basically got this kind of version with Commune with Nature. We also have Commune with Gods, but that's a 2 mana. Or we have Ancient Story, so it's similar to those. But it also goes for a dinosaur or a land. So hopefully we get some more tribal cards like that. Maybe like Commune with tribal communication or tribal communing. Or you pay a green. When you cast this, choose a creature type, then you look at the top 5 for the creature type or lands, so that kind of thing. Then there's this 5 mana 4/4 probably vampire Magon's Murder Vona. I don't know why they're going with white with vampires, but it's whatever. 5 for 4/4 Vigilance Lifelink. Tap, pay 7 life, destroy target non-land permanent. Activate this ability only during your turn. It's only during your turn, so you can attack. They can flash something in you. Just like, I'm going to tap, pay 7 life, and kill it before it declares block or whatever. So, I don't know. That's an interesting card, I will say. Commander decks are going to love it, especially since they have a lot more life to work with. Then we got Argyl's Bloodfast. 2 mana enchantment, then you tap 2, pay 2 life, draw a card, so it's kind of like Greed. Then you also, at the beginning of your upkeep, if you have 5 or less life, you may transform it. And you pay black to add black to your mana pool, or you sacrifice a creature to gain life equal to its toughness. So yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I don't know if it'll really be played at Kalaza or whatever. So yeah, I don't know if it'll be played or not, but we'll find out. Some people want to go risky if they want, but 5 life is like, oh, okay, I'll just bolt you twice. You're dead. So 3 mana, 3/2, Ravenous Daggertooth. Yeah, whenever it's dealt damage, you gain 2 life. So here's one of the type of targets you have with Enrage. So you can use that Enraging card from earlier. Rile. You rile up one of these enraged creatures, and it just, you gain 2 life. You can kill this raptor hatchling to get to 3/3, Or you can rage your raptors. You can deal damage. You may search your library for a basic land card, put it in your battlefield tapped, and shuffle your library. So if you have 2 of those riles in your hand, You have pay 3, put this out. Turn 4, you pay 2 mana, get 2 lands out, basic lands out. So it might actually be viable. Even though I'd rather use like Electrolyze and stuff like that to, you know, choose which targets you wish to target. So, but yeah, this is September 7th and 8th of Ixalan spoilers. You know, let me know what you guys think. Do you like what's being spoiled so far? And you please like, comment, share, and thank you for watching. And you guys have a wonderful day. That was not the target I wanted.